Hello everyone, I'm Jasper Gerigk. I'm class of 2019 and I'm currently doing my PhD in deep learning and robotics at the University of Toronto. I just started this year, so I'm still this year. And so I started at the beginning, which was like directly after graduating in 2019. I moved to Canada, to University of Toronto to do my undergraduate in computer science and mathematics. Um, Then kind of skipping forward, I when actually finally graduated early last year, and then because of the funding situation in Canada for international students, uh, you more or less directly go to a PhD. You skip the master, you do a longer PhD program because when the state pays more of your tuition, kind of, which means I didn't do the masters, which put, I guess, even more focus on what I did during my bachelor's as well, because that's meant all which the professor really saw in the application. Now, a bit more to my bachelor's. Um, I started at the University of Toronto in 2019, but then, as everyone knows, COVID happened early 2020, and the university moved online as everywhere else. So for the 2021 year, I decided to take very few online classes in the main focus area of computer science, but otherwise enroll at the Johannes Gutenberg University in Mainz to do the math courses there. Because, spoiler alert for anyone going to the US or Canada, it's expensive and Germany is cheap. And while I would argue there's a difference in the quality in computer science, I don't think that's the same for math or other areas as much. So kind of as a one side cost saving, other side also, it's a pain having to take courses at 11 p.m. or something. Which I did that kind of during the I did like one winter semester in Germany and then the summer semester. Through some more trickery of the system, I was able to also do courses in Darmstadt Technical University there. Um, which again were kind of their deep learning and AI courses, which was not like I wasn't trying to get these accepted in Toronto afterwards, but I was rather just trying to strengthen my CV because I was going to apply for 1 year of internships, and I wanted to do something in a relevant area. So I needed kind of have some kind of course which I have already covered this stuff. And that worked out great. And then I spent 6 months at Bosch GmbH in Renningen, working in the autonomous driving research there. I was very lucky to work with a PhD student who went on, and together we even published a paper, which was great. And after that, I followed up with 4 more months at Mercedes-Benz here in fleet analytics, data analysis stuff. Again, kind of related and to explore the related area. After that, I actually went back to Toronto to complete my bachelor. The normal program is 4 years. I kind of did in like 3.5, including the half a year online with like 2 courses, a few transfer credits, and then 3 years of full study. I guess the biggest thing there to point out there is that I was very actively pushing to get research opportunities um, because, as I said, I don't have a master's to actually gather any research experience. So I need to have all research experience I'm going to use to apply for my PhD within my bachelor. And so I ended up doing a kind of a self-guided project under a professor, and then into a standard research project in a lab, which were kind of experiences I went into the PhD. Now, the one big advantage of kind of going to University of Toronto earlier than for the PhD is that I was able to meet professors and stuff, and I ended up actually just staying in one of the labs where I was working before. But again, I quite like the lab, and the professor liked me at that point, so it was in a way easier than otherwise, when you're applying across the ocean. Um, yeah, that's I guess we have a kind of long answer to my academic journey so far. So it's in which it's like university rankings, there's way too many different ones, and it's all kind of very much bias based. And I think the more I look in detail, the wronger they are. Um, But for computer science, there was this one which used to be quite accurate, which was just like tracking how many people actually, like how much research was produced by different universities. And there it's quite clear that the US and Canada is way ahead of anything in Europe except maybe ETH, EPFL, and like UK, London, Oxford. But even those like aren't fully comparable. So there was always, the best work is being done in North America. Now, why U of T and not why some other US university? In a way, the easy answer is I didn't get accepted anywhere better. Um, Maybe, now looking at the situation, I don't think it's honestly uh, was a bad choice in any way or what I should regret. Like, you're not getting, oh, I should, that this would have gotten a different university because U of T is, in many areas, has leading research and also an environment which very much helps students get into research and stuff. So now for the PhD, again, it's kind of similar. Um, if you want to do serious academic work in computer science, especially in AI stuff, very, very, very few opportunities in Europe. Um, and then even, for example, UK, where you can argue some, Brexit is always a bit complicated, plus they have a lot stricter funding schedule, which means you have less years to do real work, which in a way is great if you want to just transition into, you just want a PhD title kind of and move on. But if you want to actually pursue kind of say in academia, doing a longer PhD in a way is advantageous because then you just produce more papers and as well, you do a lot of research when you actually take the next step. It's like, I wish MSF back then had a computer science program or anything. So I'm incredibly happy for students nowadays when they have opportunity. I like my parents' background is partially in programming, so they kind of helped me learn it there. And I also discovered it during later middle school and during high school. That was my main hobby in a way. Um, and I guess when you follow the hype in computer science, it is kind of an AI. I'm not saying the rest of the areas aren't interesting, but kind of a main progress right now, I would say, is in this area. There's a lot of interesting work to be done. So I was always kind of drawn to it, but I'd had the opportunity to do some during like high school two internships at German research institutes in AI. I knew very little back then, so I couldn't do like any really serious work, but the little I did, seemed fun and enjoyable. So I kind of, spot my parents decided, yeah, I want to pursue this. I can see myself staying in this field, like, uh, wanting to push the state of the art. So when I kind of decided I want to go to undergrad, already quite certain I want to pursue this path. Yeah, and then, none of the late experiences were in any way discouraged me. So here I am today. Yeah, no, it is like in a way, it's, we people struggle to find what we want to do is I was very lucky in that regard. I guess the only thing which there kind of happened was, during high school we had math, which was also fun. So kind of going to U of T was kind of a question because it's one of the most programs with the most freedom, I would say. You have very much freedom in your choices in the courses, and I took some of the like more math specialized courses in the first year, and I also really enjoyed those. There was a bit of, do I want to pivot into more math focused or say computer science? And for me, in the end, it was uh, finding that kind of, the path further down the road is, I think, a lot more interesting uh, and like impactful in computer science than when you go down math, for me personally. I guess in a way, like I think like many other people I found, like COVID did challenge my personal and like social connections kind of and made me coming out of like, I had a lot strong understanding of just how important and put up my energy into maintaining them than before. That I think, yeah, struggling out also had. Academically, I have to say I usually find myself enjoying challenge, which I know not everyone is, but uh, I won't lie, but like, I did push myself as far as I could during my undergrad. And, it was sometimes, okay, there were points where I was like, very close to like, just totally breaking down kind of. But overall, I found the challenge incredibly rewarding. And so for me, I would always encourage everyone to push themselves as far as they can. And I think especially want to um, like research is another like very self-driven areas. Having an experience pushing yourself and knowing how far you can go, but also knowing your boundaries is very useful. So um, like again, like first year, I was doing long weeks, 10, 15-hour problem sets each week. I went multiple courses, and then even later on, like research, I was like doing this on top of my course load, where I was like, I'm doing this because I know it's important, and I will, spend a semester doing very little except academic work. But I know it's kind of worth it, and I'm also able to enjoy the struggle along the way. But I wouldn't say it's like a walk in the park. Okay, that's a good question, and I guess when you go from person to something about a lot about it. I cannot give too much good advice about the undergrad application. It's been quite a while, and in the end, I applied wherever I could. I'm not sure my application is the most well designed, the best. There was one thing which speaks for U of T. It is relatively easy to get into for the strength of university it is. But that shouldn't make you think afterward it's easier. It was definitely a step up from IB, and I think the way it works here is that you let more people in, but then you also filter people quite strongly out. Um, so it's in a way, when I would say that if you are confident, go for it, but also um, I think any top research university there will be a very difficult journey. Um, Now, kind of the second part, which is like um, applying for PhD research position stuff. The way it kind of works is there's a big difference between Europe and North America. North America, you do your 4-year undergrad, and you usually have a lot of research opportunities already doing that. But you don't really do a thesis or something usually, and then you afterwards go master PhD. But the master is also shorter. In Europe, I think is usually the 3 years undergrad, and then you do a master. But like it's quite normal to do the master, which I think usually I guess takes around 2 years. The thing here is that you don't really have an opportunity to do that much research undergrad. The structures just don't seem as far for even having people here who came over kind of don't really allow you to do it as much. So when you only really start doing research during your master. And then so when you will only consider going to North America kind of after your master, but for your PhD. So that's kind of the one point where you can exchange. Um, so in kind of when in Europe, you can, if you decide for your master want to do this, you should be fine. For in North America, it's incredibly different culture, and a lot of them kind of, I was struggling a bit with it, but you need to just start applying as soon as you kind of hit the ground. Like the first year, you go to senior organizations, maybe second year as well. End of second year, you should be applying to really research labs to start helping out. Uh, Third year, like if you want to have a good shot at getting a top tier PhD, yeah, even better than what I got, you have to
Start early.
start early and consistently kind of pursue this to get these good opportunities. It's not like I see many people who do like 3 years of a program, kind of like maybe I should go to academia. But realistically, by that point, it is too late. We need three strong letters of recommendation from professors or maybe one industry, which means you have to do like 2 to 3 good research projects. They will never last less than half a year. So you need to kind of start early enough and really figure out where do you get those opportunities. This is very CS specific. Other fields can be quite different here, but at least here it's important to know kind of that the formal system is more meant to misguide you than guide you. Well, one thing about people sometimes you get transfer credits, which is always nice. But like more seriously answering, definitely I had a good foundation in essay writing, I think, after my IB, which helped me do these web requirement courses, like even some academic writing. I think of course, you could continue improving upon it, but it gave you a very strong foundation, I think, which other people I felt often were lacking. Now in the more like math physics kind of area, which is I guess more applied to what I'm doing nowadays. Um, I guess doing YB did give me some confidence, which I think was very important early into the undergrad, and knowing kind of that yeah you're good, you can achieve something if you put yourself into it, um, and not yeah be too risk adverse. I wouldn't know how this to be smart genius, but I can answer the rest of the question, which to what I do otherwise. I play ultimate frisbee. I played since middle school. Um, I kind of, sometimes lost kind of track of it a bit during the time, but I generally try to stay with it, at least on some level. And it's incredible way to meet people and also just stay active and have some, balance. Play board games with friends sometimes, read a bit, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of, and it's not like I'm forced to have a bad work-life balance. It is kind of, I think, you can you can have quite a work-focused life, especially when this is work you really do enjoy doing. And you can I kind of make the decisions. I can push it where I want to push it. Uh, so I don't have that extensive hobbies. I guess I also watch movies, but it's not like I'm, dying of a workload. Oh, it's true. It's also like great. I was like, Toronto has a Vector Institute, which people also have your AI most likely won't know, but it's more or less a large organization of most AI researchers in Canada, or one of the two large ones, and like also has a large compute cluster. But we also have this, very modern office space in downtown Toronto, and we've got like lots of people here to like interact with. Um, Plus, Jeffrey hinting at even a Nobel Prize and holding a speech downstairs, kind of are like, nice academic bonuses. But it's nice to have like this strong community which do similar problems which you can learn, which you can exchange. I guess I mean that this one already, but I sounded answer things like the community of teachers. I think like honestly the high school, I guess last, but I remember my best kind of was very much yeah, like in a way, okay, from my like was was kind of a relaxed time where you had this great social feel and you were able to learn a lot of stuff from great teachers in a very close environment, and that's not something you're afterwards again. At least not in mainstream field like CS.